What's up, guys? Welcome to Dyna Demos. I'm Rod.
I'm Lego.
And today we're going to be putting a Villain to Hero Tsport fairing on my 2016 Dyna Lowrider S. This install video should cover the install for all 2006 to 2017 Dynas with slight differences. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so this is how it was shipped to me. We got the black windscreen. Set that over to the side. Alright, here we got the headlight extension block, some hardware, the clamps, and some other brackets for it. And then inside here, all this bubble wrap. There she is.
Alright, so what we're doing now is we're going to remove the old fairing. So to do that, you need to remove your Allen key bolts up here. You're going to use a 5/32 Allen key. It's going to be kind of hard to see, so I'll try to point to it with my finger. There's one on this side and there's one on the other side. We already loosened them because it was a little hard to break torque on them. You see it right up there. Wire routed right here, so we're gonna have to take these bolts out to remove the bottom bracket. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna remove this old headlight block and we're gonna install it with the Villain to Hero headlight block. It's gonna push your headlight farther out, so it's gonna sit flush inside of the bevel right here of your Villain to Hero fairing. So I'm going to show how to install the brackets onto the Villain to Hero fairing. So you're going to start with the pointed end up towards the top. This is the top right here. You're just going to thread them in. You're not going to tighten them down all the way yet. Just want to get them started. Got the brackets on, you want to make sure that you got the big end pointed towards the top and you got the little end towards the bottom, and then you want to press them all the way down towards the bottom and tighten them. Get them nice and snug, and then we will tighten these down. You're gonna use a size 10. Don't go crazy on these because this bracket is made out of fiberglass. And you don't want to crack it. Once we got those, we're going to install the other bracket. So right here, this is the orientation it's going to go. It's going to be on the outside, and you're going to use the 9/16 bolts that are provided with the nut. So it doesn't really matter which way you orientate the bolt. Either you have it this way or you put it through this way. It's not important. It's not going to affect anything. So whatever way you decide. So you're just going to put it through. You grab another washer. Should we pull them on the outside or no?
Probably. We got the hardware.
Don't tighten it down yet. And you're going to repeat the same steps on the other side. So you're going to have the bracket on the outside. All right, so now that we got the brackets installed, this is the way that they're going to be. I like to pull them all the way up and tighten them while it's not on the bike, because if you wait till it's on the bike, it's going to be extremely difficult. So we got a 1/2-inch wrench and we got a 1/2-inch socket, and we're going to tighten these down. When you tighten them down, you want to pull it up as much as you can. And there you have the brackets. So when you finish, you want to make sure that they're even. Otherwise, when you get it on your bike, it's going to be crooked. So you want to make sure you have about even space on both sides, on the lower part of the bracket and the upper part of the bracket. So now that we have that, we'll get ready to install the clamps on the triple tree, on the forks.
Come over here. What we did was we put the bottom bracket on, like Lego said, and then while he held the fairing, I squeezed the bracket down and threaded the 7/16 nut onto there. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna measure about 2 inches up from the bottom of the triple tree, and we're going to put our clamps there, and then we're gonna tighten it down, and we're gonna tighten the top. All right, guys, so like we said earlier, we put these clamps on, we replaced the headlight bracket. So now what we did next was, while Lego held the fairing, I compressed these clamps down here and I threaded them. All right, this is very easy to do with two people. It would be the biggest pain in the butt to do with one person. So while he held the fairing, all right, I collapsed them. I threaded these nuts on. These are 7/16 nuts. And then what we're gonna do next is we set our tape measure to about 1.25 inches. All right, and we're going to tighten our clamps, our bottom clamps, at 1.25 inches. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna give us the best, what we think is gonna be the best headlight to fairing placement right there.
Yeah, if you look all the way around, it's going to be even with not too much of a gap on top. So that's what we
remember earlier, we didn't tighten down this bottom, this bolt nut at the bottom of your headlight, all right? So we tightened down the headlight block to the triple tree, and now what you want to do is you want to get your headlight to where you want it. All right, it's still gonna move because we never came back and tightened this. Once we got it, we're gonna take our 9/16 wrench. Probably gonna need 2 of them because I can't get a socket and ratchet in there. And we're gonna tighten it down and we're gonna see how it looks. All right, so we got the headlight block all tightened up and the triple tree and the bottom of the headlight. And looks like we got this thing on pretty straight. Another thing we did was, when we looked at it from the side, we tried to make sure that the ring was even all the way around. And we got to where we like it, so we're gonna roll with it like this and see what happens. So we got our fairing hooked up, we got our light set up. I showed you guys the windshield that came with the fairing. All right, this is the one I told him to send me. After I got it, I realized that this probably isn't gonna work for me. This thing is really dark. You can't even see light through it. All right. I personally like to see where I'm going when I'm riding my bike. All right. I actually reached out to one of my buddies and I asked him which one I should get. He said black. And after calling him, I said, or after I received this, I called him. I said, how can you see through this? And he said, well, I guess I never really thought about it when I'm doing 80 down the freeway, but I personally like to see where I'm going. So if you like to see where you're going, I'd maybe get the clear one. But anyways, this one, it looks like it's just about 16.5 inches. Can't see anything in front of you. All right. Now with the clear one, all right, we'll be able to see in front of us. All right, doesn't look as cool, but like I said, if you want to see where you're going, the clear one might be the choice for you. All right, and after I ordered the black one, my buddy, he had another windshield. He actually reached out to Villain to Hero, and he sent him 2 windshields, 2 clean windshields for I think around $70. So this one is about 14.5 inches. All right, so a little shorter, but as you can see, looks better. And you could always get this thing tinted. You could always take it off, get it tinted, maybe like 30% or something like that, something where you can still see through it. So what we're gonna do next, all right, if you come in here, you see these holes. What we're gonna do is we're going to tape this. We're gonna put masking tape all around this. Then we're going to stick a pen or a pencil through these holes and we're going to mark. And then we're going to drill, all right? We're going to start with a small bit and then we're going to get bigger, all right? The reason you tape it is so it doesn't crack when you're drilling it. And that's another reason you want to start with a small bit and move to a bigger one. So we're going to get to that and then we're going to mount it with the hardware and we'll show you guys what it looks like. All right. So right now we got it all masked up. All right, now I'm going to take a pencil, all right, and I'm gonna go on the inside where the bolts are gonna go through the windshield and the fairing to secure it. And I'm just gonna make little dots. All right, so we got all the holes lined up with the bolts. They went on pretty smoothly. I forgot to mention, when I was drilling, I started small and I went higher. I used 4 different drill bits, and then I finally went to where I could put the bolt in through the windshield. You might have to thread it through a little bit to open the hole up. But anyways, we're using an Allen key, and I think it's a 8mm socket. All right, it's important when you're tightening these down, you don't want to gorilla torque them, all right? Just get them nice and snug, all right? You don't want to crack the windshield, you don't want to crack the fairing or damage the hardware, all right? This is real small hardware, real small nut, all right? This windshield is made out of plexiglass, so you don't want to gorilla torque it down, but we'll tightening up the last bolt right here, and then we'll be all done and we'll do a final check. That's gonna do it for the install for the 2016 Dyna Lowrider S, the Villain to Hero Tsport fairing. I'm super excited to go ride this thing. We're gonna be coming out the review video of it after we do about 50 to 100 miles, probably go take it out tomorrow. But that's going to do it for us at Dyna Demos. I'm Rod.
I'm Lego.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe.